And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, in Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem. We're on round 275. Got an easy turn here with only 3 decisions. We're still in that crisis of violence, although it didn't throw any danger events this turn. Given to some of the demands. They're all just democracy. Just,
yes, sir.
the people want some money. We throw some money at them.
Copy that.
So technically the money is going to, like, something the Democrats want, not actual throw money at the people. As funny as that would be. You're proceeding at speed, not prospecting, mining. I think we're getting close to where we need to do... No, we're at the point where we really need to do it last turn. We're not going to get any redirects this turn. That's fine, we're not really using them yet. We're stockpiling for the day we might use them. The world will be very grumpy probably the day that we use them.
Copy that.
Okay, air recon. Please and thank you.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
You still have enough to try to air recon the other one, please?
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango
There you go.
Foxtrot.
Okay, so they're both about the same strength, so we begin our attack. Really down the road. With much gusto.
Going in. Mission successful. Ready. Fire when ready. Yes, sir.
Okay. I think some of the red troops were capable of attacking, yeah. Oh, and some of the brown ones. We'll take the double swing here then.
All clear, sir.
Goes on, 2 hexes taken. And yeah, we're running off the end of the, well, running off the surplus supply line. We're hitting the point where we should start expecting our reinforcements, replacements not to arrive in timely form due to the consumption of ammo combined with the action points. Okay, actually, let's take a quick check. traffic signals. Yeah, we're about off the end. That's 99 there. What I will do is I'm not really worried about the production from this zone. So I don't mind if we get some admin strain here. We're going to put in a supply base.
Wilco.
And continue to build up the truck station. We'll go one more level in the truck station.
Wilco.
If your goal is to brute force supply, 1 to 2 is phenomenal. As 1 to 2 jumps you from 80 or 800 to 240. So even if you're just shipping 800, you can get so much closer to the run out of action point range from the doubling. But it's only it goes from you triple in one level to you double in one level. So your ability to just push it that bit farther isn't quite so good. But we'll pay to go up to the extra level. And then we're gonna need more workers there. We'll just dump the colonists, all the colonists in there.
Wilco.
Yeah, otherwise, construction going well. Metal stockpiles are filling up. Next turn, I'll throw a rail line in. We arguably have enough now for the rail line. But I don't want to burn all the metal. And only half the metal, which is why I'm saying we arguably now have enough to do it. I'm just not doing it now. Oh, did we do the proposal of peace? Propose peace.
Copy that.
Success. Okay, we're now no longer at war with Nebel. It is just Becker. You don't have to be worried about random naval landings in a rear area from Nebel. Still technically need to worry about that from Becker, but not too worried about that.
Roger that.
Get a little bit of approval up with commanders and cabinet. Yeah, save up some total power, hopefully, and then we can throw some more rebels at Becker. 43.3. Becker has actually dropped below 18 between us taking planet from them and them losing people to rebels. Yep, so we can see them shuffling their troops around on that front. Although it's going to take more than a couple... It's going to take more than a troop shuffle to shore up that front. $276, we got 7 decisions. Waste disposal accident, so can we throw political power at that? Low culture incident, can we throw political power at that? That's the 2 bad ones from the culture of violence going on. The Swan is done. Medium Thopter is waiting for Plasma Jet. Can't really make a viable one for what we want without that. What's our model looking like for the the artillery? Not enough field testing howitzer too. We haven't. You can't just upgrade the howitzers like you do the other ones. So we have to drag the old ones back, push the new ones out, and so we don't actually have very many howitzers to deploy, do we? In practice. I suppose what is it? The 2-engine planes. 2-engine medium. Can we run the precision bombs on that? We can. Oh, the turboprop is so much more fuel efficient than the turbojet. Yeah, that's fair. So we're losing flight range on that because of that. If we want something that could drop precision bombs, that would not be a bad choice. Sure, we'll do that. Radar bomber. Medium aircraft 2-engine bomb. Build a new design for this.
Order received.
Affirmative.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is extending the radioactive mine. 863 new radioactives have been found in the mine at the cost of 2 of its ease of access. It dropped from 9 to 7.
Copy that.
Got a couple turns before that well is low. Yeah, a couple turns.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, so if we actually stay on road, we're going to be running into less enemy resistance, so we'll probably just slam the main attack column down the road. Oops. There we go.
Fire when ready.
Preparatory bombardment for the arrival of our troops.
Yes, sir.
20% of the troops have been rendered non-operational even before the main attack goes in. 2 defenders destroyed. 3 that are retreating and or retreatable. Then the normal attack goes in.
Mission successful.
purple, red, and the artillery. I think that's a good enough attack.
Attack!
So instead of doing a
Good job.
preparatory bombardment, we've actually brought the artillery into direct combat here. As long as the enemy doesn't break through our lines, the artillery is perfectly safe doing this. There we go. Driven the enemy back. 2 hexes. In this case, it was following up on the road that was exposed. Just took over some assets. Took over another enemy port and another enemy airfield. Interesting. Too heavily damaged to be of any use right now.
Order acknowledged.
Get some workers in there to do some maintenance on the facilities. This is where we're going to start spreading out, at least temporarily, because the front widens here. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Human replacements. We didn't take very many casualties, but important to replace them nonetheless. None between the armor, the artillery. Did lose one of the buggies. Oh, and a couple of the anti-tank guns are still missing. That's probably what I should upgrade at some point. If the... Well, when the model council is not doing something, we just queued it up to do something. When it comes back from doing that thing, we'll do an upgrade to the AT. The AT is not perfectly field tested, but its equipment is so out of date that it's going to be a massive improvement over what it's got, right? AT right now is running this. Could go to this. That's going to upgrade firepower. And from padded, it can go to battle dress, making it much more resistant to enemy attacks. Should keep it in the fight longer. Although, just much like the artillery, it's not going to be an immediate replace because we're only going to do combat losses for replacement. Supply base is complete. Det Mold, which is the one who has the supply base, is level 4, so we can continue to upgrade the supply base.
Wilco.
So we're not going to be seeing supply base effect yet, although it should be immediately a 50-point extension. Most of the logistics here is going to go through that, so that'll make a big difference to the action points. Upgrading it brings it up to 75, and the upgrade, which we'll probably do as well, brings it up to 100. That should at least get us to this city, which I think has a port. I think it has, yeah, it looks like it's got two more ports as well. So if we can get that city civilian population to support us, we can probably just start shipping into that port. My bullet stockpile's full. That's a good thing. Okay. Rail to the port. Construct a rail head.
Understood.
Anyway, we'll see how well the supply base does at handling, mitigating the bottlenecking up here. We're close enough to not having any supply issues that I'm not too worried yet. We can push until we control the major city here. I'll try to do a supply line into one of the ports for this major city once the city calms down. Things are going well. 43.6. I don't got enough to do the revolt cards that I want. Can do a little bit of spying. Let's make sure we get some spies in there so that we can do them when we want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cycling turn. Okay, should be coming back around to us. Some of those moving things close to the supply line are a little worrying, but I think they're oceanic whales. Round 277, we have 8 decisions. Marauders, religious mayhem, moral high standing, failed in demand, didn't get the recon. Although what surprisingly wasn't that far off. Discovered extra heavy 4-engine aircraft.
Copy that. Yes. Roger
I could probably
that.
flip away from mind and go back to fist at this point, but I think at this point we're pretty much committed to mind, and it's not worth trying to swing it back to fist.
Good morning. Order acknowledged. Sir, yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Roger that.
How does the Bunlock look? Yeah, we're still Bunlocking in there. Not seeing any bonuses. Why don't I see any... Is it next turn that we get the bonuses? It might be next turn. Build, it applied a bonus. Yeah, it might not have applied the bonus yet to the logistics. Let's give it another turn before I worry about its effectiveness. I think it should be affecting us correctly there. So, the road, I think, is more important than the marsh. So we'll recon the road.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
And we'll recon that hex as well.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
And now we're sort of in attack mode. It's an AT gun, not an artillery unit. Okay. So the whole stack is just going to attack. You can see we're having blue supply on all these units. It's simply the amount of ammo we're shooting. We're shooting more ammo than we can get down here to them.
All clear, sir.
Although when we're having this sort of combat effect, I don't want to take the foot off the gas while the enemy is on the run. Destroyed 22 to the cost of 2. So, did we even lose a unit? We lost 1 unit. 1 sub-unit to 17.
Move out.
Good job.
And well, general assault at this point, because the enemy's not holding up anywhere, just continues. 40 to 1?
Move out.
Some of the units are just breaking.
Mission successful.
No casualties. I think we may have had 1 unit that just... Yeah, 1 unit didn't have the morale to keep going. But 22 destroyed subunits. Yeah. And there's the town that, in theory, controls this area, so we're going to overrun the town soon. So yeah, we'll see what effect that has on the whole bond-lacking situation. Probably not good, but that's because everything's now starting to fight. Railhead's complete at that location, that's good. Truck station's proceeding at speed. Well, the supply base expansion was delayed. Facility mobilization proceeding at speed, okay. $43.8. Oh, I only have Cold Rebellion 2. Cold Rebellion 3, I think, actually requires voters first. Yeah, so our democracy fell too much. So we lost access to voters first, which means we lost access to Cold Rebellion 3, so 2 is the best we're going to get. 2 is probably good enough.
Yes, sir.
So that's not the choice with Call to Rebellion. There we go.
Yes, sir.
12,000 people join the rebel forces. Still recovering from the danger from that event a while ago. Although the improved housing is helping. Plus 2 points from social housing, yeah. Okay, let's cycle that turn. We can see the rebels. Pretty big rebel enclave over there. The one spawning over by the capital when I keep, or the over here when I deploy them over here, don't really get out of control very much. But apparently the ones over here, they've got a lot less guys. I suspect this is their home area. Discovered plasma engine. Okay, yeah, plasma engine's worth doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got a policy speech. I'll agree to building more
Yes,
bureaucratic
sir.
assets.
Sir, yes, sir.
Copy that.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Roger that.
Order acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Okay. Not gonna expand Lancaster right now. Shrine
Copy
educators.
that.
Then we come in here. Org. Air Force. Call.
Standing by.
Yes,
Research. Like you to do the plasma engine.
Yes, sir.
So, well, you can't do VTOL off a plasma engine. Well, I suppose you can do because the thumpers use them. Not thumpers, the, what's it called? Thopters. The Thopters use them. Plasma engine is just the best engine, so we need to get some we're going to research the plasma engines, that's worth doing. And yeah. Okay, mine technique's only up to 25. $43.8. Construction, truck station's done. Supply base will finish the upgrading again next turn. Demobilization facilities proceeding at speed. Okay. Okay, we are getting that plus 47 action points, which is helping. Maybe not helping enough, but it's a step in the right direction. And here we can see, as more and more units are becoming involved in the fighting, the capacity for our logistics to keep up with the large quantity of requested ammunition is becoming harder and harder to achieve. Let's just say.
Birds are in the sky. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
We're still gonna continue the push into the city.
Mission successful.
Although at this point we need to clear out the peninsula over here before we bring everything in.
Status critical.
Mission successful. accomplished.
This is a very limited attack, although a lot of these enemy units have already run for it, so if we can get them to run again...
Mission accomplished.
There we go. They retreated in the last unsecured enemy hex on the peninsula. There we go. We've actually taken the city. Is the port... Is one of the ports on the city? One of the ports is in the city. Okay. So if we get the city reasonably functional, we can get a shipping line coming straight into the city. In fact, I will assume that... well, we can get the shipping line going even before the city is really functional. It just won't be very effective. So we'll start the process of setting that up. And this is not a nothing city. This is almost a 50,000 large city. 40,000 large city. And yeah, we can see, obviously our attacks in the area have basically undermined the local defense. This has been cut up into two pockets. This basically is worthless. This is probably the biggest bit of resistance in the area. And then what's the timing on the demand for beer cutting assets? We got 13 rounds to get 2 levels. Well, 13 rounds. If we have no delay, we can do that just upgrading the capital, which we should really do. That'll be the last level in the high command. It's not even the last level on the beer cutting asset for bureaucracy. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
upgrade the capital.
Roger that, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Yeah, it's going to need a
Roger
bunch of
that,
workers
sir.
in the capital, so I'm just going to throw the colonists at the capital to help with the hiring required. Okay, I think that's that turn. Let's cycle that turn. Was there attack there? Hard to see because it went over it very quickly. We suffered losses nor made any kills. It's round 279. We have 7 decisions awaiting us. Back in the time of relative calm. Conquest. Nezo Forage. Development of the Eclipse is completed. There was an attack. It was not on us. Some of the wild animals were being bombed. That's what I saw there. Yeah, that was what I saw there.
Sir, yes, sir.
Roger that.
Good work on the extra heavy 4-engine aircraft. Not too worried about 4-engine, although that is the prerequisite for getting to the 6-engine. Although I don't have any airfields where we're going to launch 4-engines from anywhere anytime soon, so no, I'll probably just skip it for the moment. Instead, I did say I need to upgrade the anti-tank guns, build up on the trimmer, give them the big 300mm and the battle
Order
dress.
received.
Affirmative.
Point a governor. Let's see if we can roll a better governor, or just assign you as the governor.
Roger that. Roger that.
So I think that's the senior. Camp 2 senior is probably going to be what we go with.
Yes, sir.
Transport contract meeting. We're not going to do Port Assault and Nota Docks. Eternal Muds. Really, we want to port unload. There, yes. Transport. Embark from... I don't actually know what it's called. That one. Embark from that one. We're going to go for the 2,500 logistic points.
Copy that.
There we go. Okay, sorry, muted the mic so you didn't have to hear me sneeze. 31 to 1, I think that's good enough odds.
Move out. Mission accomplished. Move out. Mission accomplished.
Okay, all enemy resistance in Peninsula have surrendered. No, you do not have enough range. Okay, so I'll have to air recon with you.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, not enough range to get 2 recons off with you. Sometimes we have it. Today is not that day.
Attack! Good job.
Okay, successful assault. 20 sub-units destroyed on the other side for the cost of 5. And the main armored assault down the road will continue.
successful. All clear, sir.
Yeah, we've gone ahead and cut more enemy forces off from their supply lines. And what, is that another one of their ports? We just cut them off. So these guys, in theory, could do an emergency SHQ on that port to get supplies in. Yeah, the attack is going. We are advancing. Yeah, the zone was reasonably happy under the previous owners, so they're really grumpy. And I'm assuming, yeah, still got that bottleneck in that area where we're expecting it to be. Because, well, we are doing what we can to improve supply via the supply base and the truck station upgrades.
Wilco.
There's only so much it can do. Supply base is complete. We'll get started on the next one. Still, demetallization facility is proceeding at speed. High Command and the periodic office are both proceeding at speed. Okay.
Wilco.
Order acknowledged.
Okay. And I do have enough political power. We will go for another rebellion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
12,000 more pops join the rebellion. They're up to 44.2. 54.1% of the world's population belongs in our country, so it's mostly planetary space we don't got. Yeah, so they did do an emergency SHQ. Adams Range Imperium, round 280. We got 10 decisions awaiting us. One of which is the Dome Breach. Completed Trimmer Gun. Director of the Economic Council has retired. And this is 280 turns of people getting old. Man, the city, Nota Docks, is to be conquered. Well, except... the question is really, can we get there in time?
Yes,
Not,
sir.
are we going to go there?
Yes, sir.
I think for the moment, no new orders. I'm going to develop the extra heavy aircraft. Well, not with our current engines. Plasma jet, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Dome Breach.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Zone orders. We're going to give a good worker salary. Allow emergency food. Leave it unincorporated. Supply units before regular supply. And
Yes,
confirm.
Copy that. Yes, sir.
Oh, actually, I should do the recon first. We've got range on the recon. Assets.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, then we do the attack. So the 6 from that hex, the ones in that hex ideally. So it's a pretty big attack, all things considered. Which, yeah, is going over the stack point limit. Might hypothetically be a little bit better to do preparatory bombardment and then send the infantry, but...
Attack!
All clear, sir.
Oh, the tanks can't join in on this attack, which is a bit of an issue.
Mission successful.
And from a bottleneck standpoint, we are getting shipping into the city, in theory. Although that might be indicating that we got adequate supply on the route. Yeah, the math is a little confusing. I think we got adequate supply on the route. I don't think we necessarily have adequate supply on landing, maybe. But anyway, looks like it's the city that's having an issue. Okay, it looks like the tanks have to... If the tanks are going to join in on a fight, they got to follow the roads. Which is a little annoying.
Call in the tanks. All clear, sir.
Lost a tank, although we just did drive the rest of them back, so it's not too bad. Okay. So we're driving them back towards their emergency SHQ on the port. Which should probably go pretty well. We'll see if, with that new shipping line, if the bottlenecking improves. Construction is otherwise going well. Everything proceeded at speed. But I doubt this will actually be a test to see if that line is actually red all the way through, or if it's actually black at the last bit. Can I ship in by sea a unit? Yeah, so it's the last step for whatever reason. We can get to there. Not that you would want to. Yeah, you can't stop mid sea transit. Can't stop there. Fair enough. You'll notice I usually use the right-click menu for changing those settings. But apparently you need to be an applicable hex for that to click, which switching movement, which was an issue there. So yeah, we're doing landing. I suspect it has to do with the fact the port is damaged. So if we get the port repaired, we'll get more shipping capacity into the location. And yeah, looking at the time, I think we're at a good place to put a part break in. This is where the stream is going to come to an end. So instead of rolling the end turn, like I do the end of most parts, stream ends, right? We do a save instead of rolling the end turn. So construction's going well. As of right now, we're at 44.3 out of 50 victory score to win. That means we are making pretty good process and moving forward. 44.3 means we got about 5.7% victory to go. So it's more than Total and Reich has, for example. So it's not a trivial amount. But it's mostly population. Well, we can see that Becker was previously number 2, has shrunk enough that they are now number 3. They still have the next largest population amount. So they're still the ones we're going to go after. Population, I find, is a little bit easier to go after than just raw land. Which is basically push up, for us, is basically push up the peninsula here. They got a large hunk of population here, a large hunk of population here. I think we're going to keep trying to do the revolts over here. I think this is their original capital. Although we're causing all sorts of mayhem with the revolts over there. Either that or, like, this is their capital. That could be their capital because there's just so many farms around. Yeah, I'm thinking this is at least their capital continent with the number of farms. Whereas over here, it's a little bit more tame. This is what you'd expect if it's like a private zone or private farm communities from a zone that's not, yeah, hasn't been building up a bunch. But yeah, so I think we're winning. This is. We've got so many cities at this point. We've got 2 tabs on the zones. But most of our zones are the big ones up here. They're 100,000 plus. Oh, Lancaster's the one that keeps asking to upgrade. Yeah, I should probably upgrade Lancaster. Lancaster's apparently the largest city in the country at the moment. Just under 500,000. Moonslope is the second largest, with the capital coming in third. So the capital is actually surprisingly small, given how many people we have. Although I think most turns, sometimes people are just migrating to it, so that's fine. We're not too desperate. Level 7 isn't as game-breaking as some of the early levels. Like, you can still get bureaucratic assets up that high. I think demoralization still goes that high. Yeah, demoralization goes that high. But things like the command bunker, for example, don't go that high. So we're in less of a interesting rush to get up to 7 in the capital. Although, 200,000 more people wouldn't be too hard. Not worth rushing, but wouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I think we're on good ground for winning. If we could do diplomacy, we could win that way. Diplomacy is not an option at this point. We are attacking. We are attacking Becker because Becker has the most people. We're at least going to sweep him off of this peninsula and then figure out what we're going to do from there. Which is basically three more major towns, I think, to take before they're defeated. We'll see how that goes. If you're watching on YouTube, there likely will be a part tomorrow. I can't guarantee there being a part tomorrow because this is the end of this recording session. If everything goes according to plan, we should have recorded tomorrow's part 2 days before you were watching this on YouTube. Which means if you can't wait full tomorrow, you can always sneak over to Twitch. I do stream this live to Twitch under the username willcall, and then upload the recordings to YouTube under the username willcall100. The schedule for the next couple days, which you're watching this on YouTube, is the schedule that happened over the last couple days for you. But for Twitch, we're doing Whiskerwood tomorrow, which is city building with mice. Saturday will be Terra Invicta. I suspect, everything going according to plan, we will finish Terra Invicta on Saturday. So that's upcoming. So Whiskerwood, Terra Invicta. Sunday, we're going to start up Humankind. I think we're going to play it by ear, other than maybe just turn the difficulty up. I think the only one change is turn the difficulty up. From the previous run of Humankind. So, Whiskerwood, Terra Invicta, Humankind, and then Monday, we will be back to Shadow Empire. We may win on Monday. We may not win on Monday. No clue. Got to update the schedule on Twitch, because the schedule is up to date till Sunday. Haven't obviously updated it with Monday, because we could have won. We didn't, but we could have won this game. So I'll update it with showing that we're going to be playing Shadow Empire on Monday. That's the upcoming schedule for the 4 games. Yeah. I think Terran Fix is probably going to replace with something fairly short. Shadow Empire, I think we might replace with Songs of Six when we finish it up. And then Whiskerwood will probably get replaced with one of the 3 other games I picked up around the winter vacation. So that's the upcoming schedule. That's also the upcoming sort of concepts of what might be replacing things as we finish games. So, hope you've all been enjoying. If you want to leave a comment, now's the last probably opportunity. You can leave a comment on the Twitch stream while it's live. If you're watching on YouTube and you've got something you want to see or know about any of the report screens in this game, feel free to let me know. I do keep all the autosaves. It takes me more effort to share them, but if there's something you want to see on one of those things, I can make a short out of looking at those. Short video out of it. So if there's something you want to see in any of the stat screens, I usually don't take a very long time to look at any of them. But if there's a particular thing you want me to go look at, feel free to let me know. Which has just caused me to realize I should, because apparently we've got an empty well, I should do a peripheral mining. So before I forget, because that's something I've already forgot, right? We've missed it by 1 turn. I'll go put the peripheral mining in so we don't miss it the next time. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.